What's up now, this damn fool. About to start with my disclaimer that everything I say on this video is absolutely false. It's not based in fact. The damn fool is a fictional character that's chronicling his life. I feel like his life is cursed off what he calls himself damn fool. What up, people? And I just got off the phone with my mom, which is a little bit inspiring. I was inspired by some of the feelings and emotions I had about last night. Last night, I said, I'm gonna hit the record button like I've been doing for the past few days, and just let loose. You know what I mean? It's rare because the recordings are horrible. You know what I'm saying? I love my voice, man. I used to hate my voice, you know what I'm saying, because it slowed down. It's not the same voice I grew to love, you know, when I first started rapping. Like a little slower, man. It's it ain't no secret. I already told you what damn fool problem was, what he's going through as far as government slowdown, mild retardation. I don't even know what you call all this, malarkey. I hate people put a term on it. It's even hard to speak on it. I mean, the strongest people, you know what I'm saying, would have a hard time speaking of their shortcomings, especially if their shortcomings are on set, like not something you was born with, something that was forced upon you, outside of your control. So yeah, so it's not the easiest thing, to talk about or to say. And the fact that it's not even based on facts, it's all based off feelings, emotions, comparative study, and knowing yourself. So it's absolutely strange, but, I have done the research, which is crazy, because, your whole life is research. My whole life is research, man, and experiment. I've learned a lot of things just, trying to heal my own self shortcomings. And I think I recorded the video. I think I uploaded it about the other day when I realized about this particular subject, targeted individuals. And like I say, man, I've ran across it a couple of times, because it did sound like something that maybe I could benefit from. But the way they was talking about gang stalking and all this whole particular kind of stuff, I wasn't really, connected to that, and it kind of felt like a spoof of what may be a real subject. There's a lot of that going on out there, man. You hear the cloning stories and a whole bunch of other stuff, and not to say that stuff isn't true, but a lot of the main front runners on the subject, it almost feel like they're doing a spoof of the real thing. So when you do hear the real thing, it probably won't sound as polished as the spoof. You know what I mean? Because the spoof came out first. He got to all the... See, it's several networks in these industries, man. All these industries are combined too. So, when you get to a YouTube or a Facebook, or a radio show, internet radio show that have 50,000 subscribers, which don't sound like a whole lot. Independent ears void of mainstream dollars and mainstream airwaves. When you think about it, man, 50,000 people is a lot of people. There's a whole lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And people that get on those networks, man, they usually have means to getting around. You know what I'm saying? Or they're interested. So like I say, man, a lot of these people are orchestrated to go out there and either wet the whistle for a subject that's about to become mainstream, or to block the real person with the real information and whose life is really being turned upside down, and kind of blocking that energy before it gets to surface. So that energy already exists. It's not something that wakes up in your DNA You know what I'm saying? Because it's already been floating around. You know what I'm saying? So now it just sounds like something that you're pretty much familiar with. You know, you're pretty much familiar with what's going to be said. You know what's going to be the tone drops and what questions to ask and how the motherfucker don't even answer. Like, you already predisposed of how this is going to work. So you're uninterested in real people's stories, which is crazy. Like, you know, motherfuckers ask questions like, hey man, if you believe a lot of these things are hoaxes and a lot of these people aren't real, why would the government stage a lot of these events? And you know, the common sense factor is that so when it really does happen in real life, you won't even be affected by it. It won't even raise an eyebrow. You won't even feel a state of emergency, because for the past 3 years, you've been dealing with a lot of propaganda. You know what I'm saying? That kind of numbs you. You know, when you get numb, you're like, okay, man, it's time to stop worrying about that shit and focus on myself. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I just got off the phone with my mom and I was talking about a video I did last night. You know, I just let them know I'm on the road, man, and this particular trip has become horrible. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, I don't know about the mood alter and shit. You know, I didn't wake up with a headache today, so I'm thankful for that. I slept well. I'm thankful for that. And but what bothered me was I tried to share last night. I had a lot on my mind, man, and I wanted to make it a structural podcast. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if it was because I was driving or I was super sleepy or what it was, but man, I couldn't even keep a thought together long enough to even speak on it. And it felt like a blocking of that pathway. So if you follow what I was saying about that Willie Lynch chip, and I was saying that, you know, a lot of things, man, that I took joy in doing eventually lost the creative juices to do it. So therefore, you lose the feeling, you become uninspired, and the task just becomes, I mean, it's like a part of you that you know you like. I guess it's almost like people that are married and they love each other, but they can't stand each other, or they ready to move on, or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what that feels like, but I would say it almost feel like that. You know what I'm saying? That's something you know you should be doing, something that you know you love doing, but when you do it, it's not fulfilling. It's not you're not even doing what you're supposed to be doing. So, you know, with that being said, if your job is to create and you sitting down and it's not being real creative, I guess you lose interest. You know what I'm saying? And it's not that you lose interest, it's that you're just waiting to feel inspired, because apparently you're just not inspired. And that's pretty much how that's how my life goes with pretty much everything that I deal with, every person that I happen to encounter. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, they end up getting tainted, you know what I'm saying, by a spirit. And well, let's just be frank, man. All in this, you know, massive move to just create division and, you know, just make it to where I can't create anything, you know, make it to where everything that I do ends in failure. You know what I'm saying? Uninspired. And you gotta understand, man, the chip some kind of way blocks those pathways that you need in order to, let me explain to you. When you do something that you love, it creates a particular type of euphoria. You know what I'm saying? It motivates you, you feel smarter, you feel more confident, and you have to have, if it's a chip in your brain, right, that's looking for those pathways. You know what I'm saying? Just to trace that. Let's just use simple English, man, because I'm not a medicinal practitioner. I don't understand all the verbiage. You know what I'm saying? Every particular word that goes into this, into explaining myself. So I'm speaking to people that live life the way I live life. So let's just say to trace the nerve ending that provokes that feeling, right? So you say, oh, well, there goes the wave that shows that he's happy about what he just done. What created that? I don't know. Let's sit back and see. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so when he watched this video, he got up, started singing, and that same reaction happened right here in the brain. Okay, so when his girlfriend told him she loved him, that same reaction is going on in that part of the brain. Okay, so as he's writing this rap and feeling great about it, that same thing is going on in his brain. So this is what was going on while he was writing that rap. Let's cut that. Yeah, let's deaden that right there. You know what I'm saying? This is how he felt, you know, when his girlfriend cheated on him, right? So let's project all that when his girlfriend told her she loved him. So let's remind him of the time she cheated on him, and block that pathway. You know what I'm saying? That pathway that he used to overcome that. You understand what I'm saying? So it's all an experiment, right? Now this is the crazy part about it. This is the part where I say you might want to be more concerned about this than ever. I hear a lot of people, man. I'm gonna be real honest with you, man. And it's something that you need to pay attention to. I know I'm leaving that subject and going to another one. That door closed. Maybe we'll get back to it. Maybe not. But let me ask you a question. Especially if you're black. Why is it whenever you see somebody that they consider a genius, right? Like you might see a kid that's 13 years old and just brilliant, man, just a mathematician and speak 10 languages and just all kind of crazy stuff that a kid shouldn't be doing. You know what I mean? And they parent like, yeah, we started teaching her how to read at 3 months. She couldn't even talk, but she could point to the letters and whoop to whoop, whoop to whoop. And you're like, man, that's amazing. You know, it's amazing this kid is so smart. Now I noticed something about all the kids' parents, mainly mothers. You know, I noticed something about all of them that come on that stage. None of them look like they participate fully in lower vibration activities. And what I mean by that is they all have natural hair. You know what I'm saying? And you know, they all have natural hair, you know what I'm saying, and not a lot of makeup, and not particularly subscribing to the let's just say hip-hop. Hip-hop ain't necessarily lower nature on everybody's radar, but if you understand the smorgasbord of negativity that it embraces, you can say, okay, well, from a negative and positive charge, hip-hop is mainly charged from the negative side. Okay, so since we can say that, we can say these people are more into reading, more into pleasant shit. You can tell they in their fucking herbal teas and homemade soaps. They look like they subscribe to a natural lifestyle. And most people that subscribe to a natural lifestyle, they believe in natural births. You understand what I'm saying? So the crazy part about it is, it's a possibility that when you go to these hospitals, especially when you under Medicaid and it's real good insurance, man, where they offer you the best of drugs. You know what I'm saying? They offer you the best treatment as you lay on that table helpless and you sign in a lot of forms, man. Some things that come across as benefits may not be beneficial to the child. And I don't think people take that into account, you know what I'm saying? But you're talking to somebody right now who, if you can trust anything that I'm saying, I truly believe that the woman who birthed me allowed me to go through some unnecessary shit. Now, I won't say, it's a lot I can't say, man, for the simple fact, I don't know the full detail. But all I know, man, is that for some reason, everybody around me is in cahoots with each other. They all have a certain kind of agenda and left me out of it, and I can't understand why. And if you look at my life and you point out like traits I had and things I was or wasn't, it's nothing about the person that I am that would just make me public enemy number one. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, take that natural, especially during childbirth. You know what I'm saying? Take that natural approach. Look deeper into it, man. You know what I'm saying? I've heard a lot of people talk about natural childbirth and things like that, and I swear, man, and it's the crazy part about it. I've never seen one of those people have a child with a birth defect. As a matter of fact, just go down YouTube and look for kid geniuses. Most of the time, they represented by their parents. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at it, I'm not white, so I can't tell you about white life. They would have to tell you, you know, that they're vegan and all this particular things about their life just based on their vibration. But I can tell that they come from a positive charge. You know what I'm saying? So more than likely, they pretty natural too. But when you look at the blacks, you're gonna notice, man, that the mother's gonna have natural hair. You know, the father's gonna be, you know, pretty much a well-rounded guy. And the kid is not gonna feel intimidated or, you know, feel like he doing anything special. You know, he just displaying to you, or he or she just displaying what they can do. And when you look at him, you're gonna say, hey, man, I can tell these people are natural. These people are pretty natural. Then you go look at people who believe in natural birth, and just look at them. You know what I'm saying? Just look at what they say and look at their reasons for feeling that way, and compare the results to the average person who, you know, don't really have a lot of restrictions, don't really have a lot of standards, and just go willy-nilly and do whatever they want to do, and compare the results of the children, right? Maybe that can help you a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Another link, if you can link them both together, which they have absolutely nothing to do with each other, but at the same time they have everything to do with each other. Pay attention to people who tell you, man, I ain't never got a flu shot, and I ain't never been sick. I never been sick in my life. And then you check the people who have flu shots and say, man, I have seasonal allergies. You know what I'm saying? I catch a cold every year. You know what I'm saying? I've been sick a couple of times, but I'm faithful to my flu shot. And you ask yourself, hey, man, how is a dude who never had a flu shot tell me he never been sick a day in his life, rarely even had a headache? And here's another guy that gets flu shots faithfully and had seasonal allergies. It makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? So when you add those ways of thinking, man, it almost adds a little validity on the subject that I'm speaking on. So with that being said, man, today was a whole lot better. I feel a whole lot better. You know what I'm saying? A release. I mean, at least I'm able to formulate complete sentences. I haven't jumped from subject to subject all over the place. And it is all about me. You know, that's pretty much what I'm gonna do on this channel. Cause this channel is just basically a release. You know what I'm saying? It's not even really, you know, for entertainment purposes. And maybe that's why I was hitting the wall last night, trying to make it a little bit more entertaining for people that do stumble upon it. You know what I'm saying? Because in reality, you know, you do want to be respected. You do want to be understood. You do want to be felt, and you want this to make sense. So even though that the Damn Fool Chronicles is really an Easter egg for my loved ones, you know what I'm saying? Or people, you know, people who are interested in my life, or you know, even the people who stab me in the back and don't even actually know why they did it. You know what I'm saying? This is kind of like a response, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, in real life, it's impossible to have a meaningful conversation with a meaningless person. You understand what I'm saying? Like, basically, if you know a person that's let's just say a ladies' man, you know, that's weak for pussy, you know what I'm saying, and you know, love having sex with people's wives, and you know this is his MO. You know what I'm saying? You don't tell him the problem that you have in your bedroom. You know what I'm saying? Because now you put yourself in victimhood. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? It's like you're not talking to a friend, man. You're fattening frogs for snakes. You know what I'm saying? So you know, but maybe, just maybe, like the Bible say, I will make your enemies your footstool, and it wouldn't even be a need for the Damn Fool Chronicles. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, if I happen to meet my, you know, untimely demise, maybe this would explain a little bit more to them than they were privileged to look at or believe, and they start adding shit together. Because, man, I'm pretty sure, you know, the Pope or President Barack Obama or Jimmy Iovine ain't calling my friends telling them, get on my goddamn nerves. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure that a source from a source from a source from a source with all watered down information is have different people calling in, checking on them for their own personal gain. You know what I'm saying? Which is taking a strain on me, because, you know, with the what I'm explaining to y'all about the chip, I don't even know if it's a chip. It could be a drone that fly by the house every day. I don't know exactly what everything is, but I'm just saying, we're just gonna put this in perspective, that, and just trust me when I tell you that it's something that's extremely abnormal that's going to me, and it's actually subtracting from me and just giving what you would consider wealth to people all over the place. Motherfuckers just living in abundance off the seeds from my yard. You know what I'm saying? And when it's time for me to, you know, try to reap the harvest, I'm coming out, man. It's looking desolate. It's looking like a nuclear bomb hit, or radioactive activity have just scavenged and wreaked havoc on the whole, the whole island. You know what I'm saying? Which is my brain. You know what I'm saying? So, we trying to be positive, man, and create abundance, create a, means of survival. We understand it's a capitalistic society, and so by nature I'm a capitalist. You know what I'm saying? And also a humanitarian. A humanitarian, man, that hate going by titles and going by names, but we just saying what it is. We just speaking on what it is, man. And one more thing, I'm gonna add on before I leave, right? Is if we right on the cusp, right, of talking about a chip in the brain, you know what I'm saying? Look up this deal called CERN, right? CERN, which is crazy because CERN, right? Put a V there to be Irving. How about that? But now they're here. I know that makes absolutely no sense, but yeah, it's called a CERN machine, and it's what it is a hadron collider, and if I'm not mistaken, right, I know it's billions of dollars, and I think it's the main one is in Switzerland somewhere. But I'll tell you a funny story about the hadron collider, which is supposed to be an atom smasher, and all that don't really make sense. But when you put into play what I'm telling you, it makes a lot of sense if you can add the components together. And what it does is it should explain the Big Bang Theory. It explains how, I can't even describe what it say, but I'll just give it to you like this. They say, hey man, it's almost saying if taking a needle from here on Earth and shooting it to the moon, and the odds of that needle hitting a needle on the moon is almost impossible. But this machine does that with atoms and particles. You know what I'm saying? So to connect with a person's brain with the right technology, right? It might not even need a chip. You understand what I'm saying? With something this powerful. You know what I'm saying? This thing can trap your fucking soul, bro. You just never know how crafty these individuals are, man. Or what they've been working on. While we talking about the earth being flat and vegan versus vegetarian. You know what I'm saying? The bullshit arguments that we've been having. Look that thing up, man. What's funny about it is several years ago, it was in Texas. You know what I'm saying? And right around the time that it jumped off, believe it or not, man, my mom ended up working for that particular company. You know what I'm saying? It was a machine, man, that took up I would love to say like 20 miles of space. And it costed them billions of dollars. It may not have been 20, it may have been 2. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure. But I do know it was worth billions of dollars. And that's the reason they cut it. They cut the fund. They had already poured like $4 billion into it and needed something like 10 more billion to complete it. And that's when the government said it cost too much money, we pulling out of the project, right? After they had already created these underground bunkers. I mean, it was basically big enough to have an underground city in it, within itself. And they just left it there, man. Go figure. But Yeah, my mom actually worked there, man. She was head of, she worked in special collections. And not to put nothing, I would hate to put accusations on it like that, but it's just similar. It's just another thing that adds up, where I would say that's around the time I started, dealing with the anxiety issues and stuff like that. Right at that time, we had moved to the suburbs. It was a wonderful time for us. It was short-lived for me, because that's when I started realizing that, I was like 14 or 15. That's when the mind cuffs, I would say, started revealing themselves. So yeah, check that out, man. The CERN machine, targeted individuals, mainly. I can't think of the woman's name. I'm gonna have to come back to drop her name. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have to drop some jewels that she said in comparison to what I said in the past. What's funny, man, I think I probably started Damn Food Chronicles like in March. And in March, I didn't have half of the suspicions and things. I mean, I always had the suspicions. I wasn't on a trail. You understand what I'm saying? I was more so thinking, hey man, it's a hole you can dig out on your own. You know what I'm saying? And I went several different routes, you know what I'm saying, to dig out of those methods on my own. And a lot of them are very untraditional. They sound untraditional to people, but I was just digging, man. I was just digging deep. You know what I'm saying? So I was listening to a lot of negative, well, stuff that you would think is negative. I don't know how negative it is or not, but I was listening to a lot just to uncover some truth. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason I was looking for the truth is to strengthen my arguments, basically strengthen my soul, strengthen my being as a person. And so I didn't really give a damn about the negative shit. You could tell me that, you was channeling Aleister Crowley himself. And I'm like, just tell me what he's telling you, bro. And if I can use it, I'm taking it. You know what I'm saying? L. Ron Hubbard, Scientology, what they learning over there? What's making them convert and go over there, man, and become super successful? Whatever it is, I want to know. The Mason Brotherhood, the Freemason. Hey man, whatever they is, what are they doing? How they doing it? And so on the process, man, I'm gathering information that I want and information that I'm thinking is useless.